Konnichiwa from Japan. We're touring the Japanese islands by cruise ship.
We're starting in Tokyo and then driving north to some World Heritage sites, some beautiful temples we're going to see up there. And then after that, you got to go to Mount Fuji.
Of course.
So we're going to see that. Then Kobe.
Yum.
Can't
wait.
Yep, going to have some street food there, I'm pretty sure. And then after that, Okinawa and islands even further south that not a lot of people get to.
We'll also make a stop in Hong Kong and in Singapore. Along the way, we'll tour some temples and historic sites. We'll see modern architecture and, of course, try all that delicious food. So come along as We Married Adventure tours Japan by cruise.
While a cruise can be enjoyable in and of itself, we like using them as transportation between islands and other coastal destinations that can be expensive to fly to.
As an archipelago made up of over 14,000 islands, Japan is an ideal place to explore by cruise.
We began our adventure on Japan's largest island, Honshu, which is known as the country's mainland and where you'll find the capital city of Tokyo.
Tokyo is the largest urban economy in the world, and its metro area is also the most populous, with over 37 million people.
While that can seem overwhelming, Tokyo is also one of the most livable cities in the world, and there are lots of beautiful parks, historic temples and shrines, and interesting public art scattered throughout the city.
We spent a bit of time exploring Tokyo before boarding our cruise ship for a tour of Japan's southern ports. First stop, Mount Fuji.
The tallest mountain in Japan, Mount Fuji is one of the country's 3 holy mountains, and its summit has been thought of as sacred since ancient times.
While Fuji is an active volcano, the last recorded eruption was in 1707.
The next stop on our Japanese cruise is Kobe, known the world over for its famous beef. But there's more to Kobe than just cows.
With a population of around 1.5 million people, Kobe is roughly the same size as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is also one of its American sister cities.
While the earliest written records of Kobe are from the year 201, it didn't officially become the city of Kobe until 1889.
And while it's now a major seaport featuring many international companies, let's face it, we're here for the beef.
World-famous Kobe beef comes from Japanese black cattle, and it wasn't exported until 2012. This grade A beef is especially tender and delicious, and in Japan, it's served as steak, grilled as teppanyaki, in a hot pot as sukiyaki, or served raw as sashimi.
I'll take mine medium rare, please.
The next stop on our cruise is Okinawa, the southernmost and westernmost prefecture of Japan.
While many of us know it from World War II history, Okinawa has been inhabited by humans since the Stone Age and was ruled by the indigenous Yukuan people until the 1600s.
We visited the beautiful Shuri Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site built in the 14th century.
It's burned down and been rebuilt several times over the centuries and is currently undergoing painstaking renovation by master woodworkers and artisans.
We also visited the nearby Royal Mausoleum, where 17 kings of the Second Shou dynasty who ruled between 1470 and 1879 are entombed. Despite looting in 1945, the tombs and their contents remained intact.
Our next Japanese port of call is Ishigaki. At only 86 square miles, the island is surrounded by coral reefs and is a major grower of sugarcane and pineapple.
In the middle of Ishigaki's farmland is an unusual Shinto shrine that's said to be the southernmost in Japan.
While most have the familiar vermilion torii gates, this shrine has a striking blue gate, although no explanation is offered.
It's charming though, and surrounded by tropical plants and a fairly friendly goat.
Before leaving Japan, we were determined to find some sushi, and we hit the jackpot with makimono, or rolled sushi.
Along with fresh sashimi tuna, salmon, yellowtail, shrimp, and more. So delicious.
The next stop on our itinerary is the Chinese territory of Hong Kong.
With more than 7.4 million residents living in just 426 square miles, Hong Kong is one of the most densely populated places on Earth.
Originally farmland and fishing villages, Hong Kong is now one of the world's most significant financial centers and international ports.
To learn more about cruising in Japan and see more from this around-the-world adventure to more than 20 countries, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and visit WeMarriedAdventure.com.
Next stop, Singapore.